Hey guys, welcome back to another MatchBattlers video. Today I have something pretty exciting to tell you. So, I'm going to be doing the Tyrant / Big Ring, changing his name to Tyrant, the lore. So, if you don't know what a lore is, it's pretty much a story before like a card game. I actually don't know exactly what it means, but I'm pretty sure it's that. So, this whole entire Tyrant lore is actually going to talk about the whole entire lore, but it's mostly just about the Tyrant species. It doesn't actually go completely with the rest of the MatchBattlers cards, but I will make a book on that, because instead I'm actually just typing a book instead of a comic, mainly because a comic would take so long, and it's not that easy to do if you want to make it like really good. So instead I'm just going to be typing a book, which in my opinion is just as good. I mean, obviously not, because there's none of those cool pictures, but still, I can make it good. So I'm basically going to be reading you just episode 1 of the Tyrant Lore. We have 2 pages of, so that's a lot of reading, but whatever. So here we go, because I like it. I wrote this thing. It's actually pretty cool. So comment if I surprised you with the origin story of this, because I really do think I'm going to surprise a lot of people with this. Tyrant is not a robot. He is actually a, well, I'll tell you. But anyway, so I'm basically going to read it. Don't worry, I'm not like gonna ruin it or anything. I'm just gonna go with the flow, and I'm gonna follow where I am with this pen. Also, sorry if I'm not the best reader in the whole entire world. But anyway, so here we go. Let's begin. About a century after the creation of the almighty Tyrant, more Tyrants were created. But how? Who is Tyrant? Let me tell you. MatchBattlers, the Tyrant Lore. Billions of years ago, in another galaxy, a star has seen its end and exploded, causing planets and moons that called those planets home to be destroyed. But one. The armored radioactive-like planet, Dyux. This planet was not destroyed, but instead took a new form. The pattern of its armored lands and oceans fused with the rays of the star, causing a reaction. Because of how radioactive and toxic the planet was, the strike of life it made, making the planet alive from the combination of the rays and the radioactiveness. The star's rays combined with this odd radioactive substance, creating a creature. This creature formed its armor around itself, and oceans became almost a rubbery substance, causing the creature to make form. It had an idea. Horns, pointed teeth, small eyes. And because of this star ray radioactiveness and armored planet fusion, it gained powers known as the Tyrant Plasma. This was the start of the Tyrant species, and this enormous, monstrous, galaxy-trembling creature was called Planet. Planet's colors were white, purple, and black, with some hints of gray. Planet is the god of the Tyrant species. He was the only one of his kind, is what he thought. He had ventured out and explored other galaxies, but not knowing that he left the path of that radioactive Tyrant Toxic. This caused planets he passed and admired to take form, the Tyrant Toxic form. They rotted like moldy fruit and even caused some planets to lose gravitation of their star. This is where the big part of the story happens. One of the infected Tyrant Toxic planets lost gravitation and flew out in space. Flying through space, it gets a little too close to another galaxy, and it starts heading towards a planet that is part of it. As it starts getting closer and closer, the Tyrant Toxic was so close to latching on and infecting the unknown planet. Crash! The rogue infected planet slams the other. But it doesn't destroy it. It takes off a small portion, and it keeps on soaring through the dark abyss. The unknown planet, now called Byron, has the Tyrant Toxic forming onto it. Byron was a beautiful planet, much like Earth, glorious oceans and tropical lands, but yes, sadly, this toxic has infiltrated the ecosystem of Byron. It did not destroy its looks, in fact it didn't affect it at all, but the bodies of water. Soon the waters became the rubbery Tyrant Toxic infected substance that, yes, it did come to life. Byron was the only planet around with such bodies of water, so the others didn't have this effect. Because the Tyrant Toxic came from the Tyrant God planet, it had the same idea with design. This is how Tyrant was created. The huge river that was infected, it was a calm moving river, until it started to have ripples and started to twist and turn, creating a whirlpool. Splash! The huge tyrant, known as Tyrant, shot up out of the river, but only its upper body. Its head looked like planets, but with smaller horns and only a single eye. He had a Y-shaped design going from his collar down to his core region. Its color was the color of the Tyrant Toxic, aqua green. He had more parts of this aqua green spots around him that glowed when enraged and when he was using his Tyrant Plasma power. He as well had a mouth powerful enough to shatter a planet, if he was big enough. Well, big enough for his planet. He was red, black, gray, and aqua green. A leg formed, and he stepped out. The Tyrant Toxic rubbery river was turning into the magnificent beast. As he stepped out of the river, forming into legs, calves, and having armor so strong he could easily survive the wrath of a star. He was walking around in the distant planet, as well also created a language called Tyrux. So when Tyrant got up and looked around with his single eye, he thought, oh crap, where am I? Tyrant's abilities were impressive. Super strength, can lift more than 6 times his weight. He weighs 998,000 tons. He had the Tyrant Plasma, which gave him flight, plasma blast, plasma beams. Also have the ability to create a large amount of auto-aim power blasts and super powerful roars, known as explosion roars. He as well can regenerate and has the special Tyrant species power that makes him so devastating. Tyrants can only be damaged and killed by other Tyrants. Tyrant went out of his planet Byron because he got bored of seeing the same old dried up land with huge trees known as Goliath Woods. So he went out of Byron to explore other planets and galaxies. But how was Byron dried up? Tyrant was only a river. He wasn't all of the planet's water. This means the Tyrant Toxic not only created Tyrant, but other Tyrants to add on to the species. Now, not all Tyrants were created on Byron. A few were, and some important ones. Silver, Green, Nightmare, and Inverted. All with the same abilities, but with a little change. Silver was the biggest of the 4, and had 4 arms. Green had guns and cannons, so he can cause more of the Tyrant Plasma destruction. Nightmare had shadow-like power. He is able to turn invisible and cause blackouts, which shut down almost anything, including Tyrant Plasma for a short amount of time. And Inverted is one of the fastest of the species, and he could take power from other Tyrants and use it against them. That planet that was infected from the Tyrant Toxic and flew through space didn't just infect the one planet Byron. It as well infected a few other planets in a solar system not far away. This is where, known as the Ultimate Tyrants, were created. There we go. That is episode 1 of the Tyrant Lore. And, wait, let me get Nightmare. So, pretty much, I'm guessing you already know what's going on. So, wait, where the heck? So, I actually never created some of these other Tyrants into cards. These are mainly the only ones I have. Just Tyrant and Nightmare. But, yeah, so pretty much there's a Tyrant named Planet that was created from a star that exploded and everything. And he was the one who created all the other ones. It was not actually Tyrant. He was actually not the first. So, comment what you guys think about it so far. I actually really like it. I think it's really cool. This also connects with the other battlers in just some parts, but I am going to make a lore just about the normal battlers. And then I'm going to, well, that'll probably just end up being the overall lore. 'Cause if you saw the one part, Tyrants can only be damaged and killed by other Tyrants. So, you can't have, like, you know, a kingdom, like, let's say, like, you know, like, someone was the king of the kingdom. They can't fight a Tyrant. They can't beat it. They can't damage it or kill it. So, every kingdom has to have their own Tyrant. And then this is kind of where the huge story kind of takes place. So there's also a couple other characters, a couple other Tyrants that really spices it up. So, again, comment what you think of this. And, That's it. Again, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. What if I did a live stream of this? Like I did episode 2, but like a live stream? That would actually be kind of cool. Like, come on, that'd be kind of cool. Like, come on, come on, come on,